Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Z List, our weekly program that lets you, the audience, see what it's like to actually be an actor here in Los Angeles. So let's get some of the starting banter out of the way. So I have some good news. I recently submitted a feature script to a production company. And if I don't get too far ahead of myself, I'm pretty certain that they're going to love it and give me the money necessary to fund it.
I can pretty much guarantee that will never happen.
Well, thought you might say something like that. And after last week's envelope fiasco, where James thinks he knows everything, is always right about everything, I brought another segment. It's called Let's See How Right James Is.
Probably pretty right.
And so I'll just save it, all right? I just want you to write yes or no on whether my film will get funding on this piece of paper. Don't show it to me, and then put it in the envelope.
Got it.
I'll seal it just to make certain that you don't cheat like how you possibly did last show.
Possibly.
And we'll just save that for next time. So I think that was some pretty good warm-up banter. So without further ado, let's bring on our first guest, Mr. Rugged Dee.
How you doing?
Hello, Rugged Dee. Thank you for coming on the show today. We appreciate you sparing your time.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Oh,
yes.
Great. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, who you are, and how you got started in acting?
Well, my name is Mr. Rugged Dee Superstar. I'm from the East Coast. I was pretty much raised up on the East Coast area. Parents in the military, so up and down the East Coast. And 36 years of age, I started off in acting because I realized that, there was a lot of things I wanted to put out there, and you can't do that on the job. So I just started to really started looking into the acting industry, and I listened to some of my friends who was motivating. And they told me, hey, you need to go ahead and try it out. So I went on and got about 3-4 jobs, and because, you got to pay money to go to this place and that place, and it takes gas, So I started building up an inspiration of wanting to learn more about it because it's all to do with work, and it pushed me to want to come out here to California, coming from Virginia, and I'm here now in California, reside in North Hollywood, California, and a working man, but also, doing part-time acting,
Sure. Yeah, everyone needs a day job.
Right.
We all have one. So, Rugged Dee is a very interesting name.
Rugged Dee Superstar, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
Rugged Dee AKA Superstar, and I received that name through crump dancing.
All right, okay. James does a little crump dancing himself.
Yeah, probably not as well.
Well, that's always workshops and brush up on your skills.
All right. What inspired you? Like, what made you want to be an actor? Any particular actors, films, genres?
Absolutely.
Even?
Films like First Time Felon with Omar Epps. Like a lot of Lorenz Tate movies. I enjoyed Wesley Snipes and White Man Can't Jump.
Sure.
I thought that was very comical, the way they did that movie. It's old school. I'm an old school person. It's just stuck in my genes.
It's a great movie.
Yes.
And Wesley, if you want to come on, just reach out to us.
Those kind of movies like that. I like a lot of urban movies and sometimes suspense and horror. And that's what made me want to get into acting.
So Rugged Dee is that your real name?
Rugged Dee is a talent studio name.
It's your stage name. Got it.
Name.
Okay.
Stage name. It came from me being a big homie in the Crump Ministry movement back on the East Coast. We was inspired by tie-dyes. If you're not familiar with those individuals that created the movie Rise and Stomp the Yard and things like that.
Sure.
These Crump dances there. Me and my brothers was watching the movie, and we was break dancers, and we was like, man, we got to make a choice, because we can't go in no battle doing what we're doing if they're doing that, because it's too hardcore. And they did a split between breaking and Crump, and we had to go with Crump because it was too energetic, and it was a lot of movement, and it was just a story told throughout your dance. So we went on and we flew tie-dyes and them out from California.
Oh, okay.
And this built up my inspiration also to move out here. All this stuff urged me into it because there's workmanship into it. I mean,
yes.
I'm doing tire shines and car cleaning, to scramble money to invest in this project and people looking at you crazy and stuff, and what's wrong with you? Won't you get a job? Well, I got a job.
I agree. And it's so this is part of your brand then.
Yes, absolutely. It makes up a total bit of my brand because you have to know who you are, your gifts and your talents, and then you can actually build and create your brand in general. And I have to spend a lot of time by myself. You see what I'm saying?
Our brand is extremely low budget, and cheap, I guess, is basically the word to describe it.
It always starts off that way because, the visionaries such as you and your team, I can already see that y'all have that experience. Y'all, and y'all have a push in you that whatever came to try to stop you, it's not going to stop you because you're going to keep going and you're going to complete what you want to complete.
Yeah, most
and
of this guy.
I see that. You see what I'm saying? So the ambition and going forth on your projects means a lot because it means that ain't nothing's going to stop you.
Yeah, persistence is the name of the game here on the Z-List, both for the Z-List and many of the actors on the Z-List.
We won't be stopped, even though many people, even internally, have tried to. So why don't you explain to us what branding is and what goes into branding?
Okay, for my understanding from what branding is taking, understanding if you have a product and what is your product. You see what I'm saying? And see, I'm using me as the product right now. You can be the very most product because you have the gifts inside you. You have to find out what those are. So once you find out and create the product from who you are, then you may work with a team and volunteer and work promoting and being able to engage in ways of profiting and generating income that kind of way, or just it could just be feature wise, and it can generate leads and networking leads for people to come and buy your product, whatever that is. Like, one of my products are my t-shirts, as a brand, where I go zero tolerance for foolishness. I'm a company as Rugged Dee Production. I film short films of myself in different skits and comedic skits and music videos that are funny. One of my videos is You Say No to Chicken, Rugged Dee Can't, where I'm going through withdrawals.
Neither can Zoltan.
I'm trying to stop eating chicken because it's messing with my high blood pressure. But at the same time, the chicken tastes so good. And when you get off from work, you want to get
chicken.
you a 2-piece chicken and a biscuit.
Yes.
And it's hard on the actor sometimes because you got to eat right, but at the same time you're trying to hurry up and eat so you can do some other kind of work, and you don't got time to be cooking. So this is a whole lot of stuff you got to put into a general 24 hours a day. What I'm gonna eat, and can I eat right? So the chicken song is part of my brand because it talks about who I am in general, and I'm a comedic entrepreneur.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's James, please. Let's take a second to look at some of Rugged Dee's clips, and we'll be right back.
Rugged Dee, you say no to chicken. Rugged Dee, you say no to chicken. Rugged Dee,
All right. Well, that was fantastic stuff. You got yourself. Well, you got another brand believer Oh, now that's for certain. So, James, you had a question?
Yeah, well, first I'd like to apologize for the Z-List in general, where we have a high tolerance for foolishness, really unlimited threshold. But in your experience in the industry, what have been some of the best and worst experiences you've had? Like, you know, some of the tops and bottoms in your journey so far.
I say I'm gonna start with my worst first.
Sure.
My worst experience was when I showed up on a set and I just was not prepared. I literally just learned everything there, fresh and new, but the confidence in me didn't show I just was there but unprepared, and I was around a lot of producers and directors, and it just looked bad. But at the end of the day, I learned a lot. I know next time to be prepared. So another worst scenario was me being invited by some entrepreneurs, investors, and stuff at a birthday party for someone I knew, and invited me out with an invitation, and I didn't understand. I read it, but I didn't assume it right. I took it in wrong. I thought he was inviting me to his birthday party, and he was paying for everything, and picked me up in a limousine and all his friends, get to the place, and then excuse me with that.
Please not call from your lawyer.
Oh man, is that gonna work?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure, preparedness.
Okay, cool. All right, so I got to the dinner, and I'm with a group of investors. I'm with a group of entrepreneurs, and the invitation I just understood wrong. I thought that I was invited to Social Demand's birthday party, and I didn't have to pay, and I had to, let them know pretty much. Look, I pretty much misunderstood. My mistake. I do not have any money. It's total embarrassment, and they just kind of shook their head and just like pulled out the money, like okay, and just everybody just paid. But then they dropped me off after that, so I felt like I spoiled the night, So that.
Well, but you still got a free meal, so
that upped my professionalism.
Not too spoiled.
That does sound rough, though.
It was rough because that's not the feeling I came there for, So it upped my professionalism, and then the highlights, my great experience of, being the actor and wanting to be more in the scene of an actor was when I did the TCC commercial, and they pretty much put my face all over the screen while I was dancing, had the camera around me. And the second time was when I did the Carmen Theater, and that's when I was on tour, and I experienced being in the dressing room, had my own dressing room, had my own room. They booked my own room. I mean, you really feel like you're working. You got scripts, you're rehearsing before the show at night, and they serve champagne at night. I mean, after the show, and everybody's coming up to you saying you did a great job. I love this, and then you just really feel it. And you get this nice fat check.
Can't say we've ever experienced that.
Yeah.
Especially not that you're doing a great job part.
We have experienced a lot of the moments of unpreparedness and
shame.
And shame.
Shame.
Yeah,
shame.
Yeah. We've hit those low moments multiple times, actually. So.
And I believe that's one of the reasons why I see push in you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make them pay.
You gotta see the bottom to get to the top.
All right, so you had a T-shirt or something that you brought besides that one.
I'm wearing
All right, well then we're gonna introduce a new segment called Shameless Plug Alert. Yeah. All right, let's see it.
Yes. So these shirts right here, I have different shirts here that I sell when I actually do tire shine. As a working actor, I have to actually work and have a job and still infuse into my pictures, editing, all this kind of stuff. So you have to have work. Mm-hmm. And these are my shirts. I create these shirts, and a lot of people buy just because of some of the comedic sayings I say or some of the work I do. Mm-hmm. And it helps me with doing other things in the acting industry, and it actually help people feel good when they wear the shirt, because if they're having any foolishness in their life, and Rugged Dee stands for zero tolerance for foolishness, you can cop a shirt for $22 $2.50, and you can get your body right, and you can feel good, and get your mind right. Because you got to get your mind right. Because if you want to do what you want to do, then you need to get your mind right and cop a shirt. You know what I'm saying? And feel good about yourself, because ain't nobody got time for no jucking and jiving. That's Mr. Rugged Dee, AKA Superstar, all day. We not playing no games. You see what I'm saying? I give shirts away for free if I know you just need some healing. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes...
Can we have these shirts?
Huh?
Can we have these shirts?
Can't have my shirt because I need $22.50, man. You got $22.50?
We unfortunately don't have $22.50.
Well, all right. Well, on that note, you know, another. I feel
because
like,
I'm a guest on the show, you know, I got something special for you.
What's that?
You need a shirt.
Like this one?
You may use the shirt.
Sweet. So,
all right.
So your experience to other actors out there would essentially be buy a shirt, right?
Pardon?
If you had to add some advice to other actors out there trying to make it, your advice would probably be buy one of these shirts.
My advice.
Give it to the camera.
My advice to any actor out there that's trying to be a working actor in LA is to be able to have a plan, know who you are before you step foot out here. Understand, I done came out here and I ain't had number $900, okay? And I ain't have nothing. I don't have no family out here, but I had work ethics. You understand what I'm saying? And anybody in any profession that you choose to do, you need to understand that it's work, okay? So understand who you are in your business and know your business so you can know what you need to do. And it's going to take some studying and some reading and some stop going to the club and turning up. Bottom line. You got to get your mind right. And if you don't know how to do it, you can cop a shirt at $22.50 and cop you a Zero Tolerance for Foolishness t-shirt from Mr. Rugged Dee, AKA Superstar.
Well said.
All right. Well, I think that our guests learned a lot today, actually, in terms of branding and where they can get shirts. And we want to thank you for coming on the show today. It was a great interview. We had a lot of fun. And we all learned a lot. And I want to invite everyone to, aside from buying a shirt from Mr. Rugged Dee, also to join us again next week when we'll have more information on what it is to be talent in Los Angeles and how you can live out your dreams of being an actor, just like Mr. Rugged Dee. Thanks again.
Thank you.
See you all next week.